Hi guys, I just want to let you know that we've got Matt at Starkers, Ashley Pete and Thomas George with us tonight. Over the last couple of weeks I've had a couple of conversations, and one conversation I had with Matt, after about 5 minutes of talking, Matt said, well, what do you think? What do you think of that? And I said, I was gutted in as much as we actually should have recorded it and shared it. And it was that conversation that then mirrored with another conversation that I had with Ashley when at the end of it, I said, I'm gutted again. You know, these are the conversations that the whole idea of Promo UK is to actually get these conversations, get them out, get these ideas and share them with the community. So tonight, what I'm hoping to do is to have the two conversations again, but this time have these conversations recorded and then we can share them with you. So the first conversation was a conversation that I had with Matt, and it was all about leveraging Wales votes and getting the Wales votes to work alongside Promo UK and to harness the power of their votes and put the voting into the blogs that we believe would bring real true value to the ecosystem. So the first section I'll be talking to Matt, and Matt will be leading it. And the second section was a conversation I had with Ashley about bringing high net worth individuals, pension funds, high net worth individuals with an investment that all they're interested in is a return on their capital or return on their investment. So the two conversations that we're hoping to have tonight, first half with Matt and then the second half with Ashley. So over to you, Matt.
All right, thank you. Nice to see you gents on the team and working well with us. Thank you very much for your time and welcome you on board. So regards to Wales, as I've sort of spent some time on Steemit, I've started to work out how the thing works and how people should behave, right, in my opinion. And what's really concreted this next part for me is that we've set up the promo-steem tag and people have started posting to it, and it's really become quite a popular tag. And we're getting something like between 5 to 10 blogs a day now that different people are doing. So it's really amazing. I really want to give a big shout out to all the people involved in that. And I am following it and I am upvoting. When I see good quality work promoting Steemit, I am upvoting that work and I'll support it all the way. So I really appreciate that. Now, one of the problems is I started noticing over the last 4 or 5 days is that my votes aren't enough to keep up with the people working. So what's going to happen now is as more people blog to this tag, then not all of them are going to get paid, or I'm going to have to reduce my vote to pay other people a bit less. So it becomes apparent that we need other whales to get involved, right? Now, one of the problems there is that I think obviously we need to do better at getting the name of promo-steem out there, maybe to get attention from other whales. But it just got me thinking into how whales are behaving on the platform as well. And I think one of the things I've noticed is there's certain whales on the platform or certain successful Steemians that when you upvote them, they essentially take that upvote and take it straight off the platform and sell it into the market. So it's contributed to the price drop over the last couple of months where we went from $2.50 down to $1. These people, they are not in Steemit for the long run, and they are not upvoting the people who are creating the valuable work on Steam. So one of the things I'm looking out for now is this behaviour. Yeah, I don't want this behaviour on the platform. I don't want high net worth or highly influential people on the platform looking after their friends or anything like that. I don't want people really giving their friends any upvotes, right? They should be upvoting the people who are going to contribute to raising the Steam price. That's where we need to be on the platform. They need to be upvoting the valuable content. Now, whether that can be anything, right? Anything that's valuable work. But when I see people that are upvoting just basic blogs that are useless, or when I see people taking too much Steam power off the platform because they're very powerful, or they're earning a lot of money and they're not investing in the platform, they don't care, they're just taking money off the platform. Or when I see people upvoting work that isn't valuable and those people don't appreciate the Steam power and take that power off the platform, it's all there on the blockchain, everyone can go and see this behavior. I stop voting for those people. I will not vote for them anymore. Yeah, I want to vote for the people who are working for things like promo-steem, who are just off working their asses off, taking their own time, getting 70 people around a table and talking to them about Steemit, and showing us how they're signing them up and getting more people on the platform. These are the people that need the upvotes, and that's where Steem needs to invest a lot of its time. Initially, that's where it needs to be, right? But as time moves on, it'll be other projects. There'll be projects that create revenue. There'll be projects that design new technologies, I think, on Steemit, and that will put revenue back into the Steem blockchain, right? But that's later. At the moment, Steemit needs to be promoted. Now, I know people like Jerry Banfield, who George will talk about a bit later on because he's been meeting him, are doing a great job doing the electronic internet marketing side of things. But I think equally as important to the people on the promo-steem tag who are out there every day just walking the streets, talking to people about Steem. It's not easy. It takes a lot more time and effort. But I think it also captures more people, or as many people, because when you're talking face-to-face to someone, it's a lot more effective. I think in a nutshell, I'm trying to get into my own head and trying to help other people understand that as a collective group of people on Steem, we should be supporting people who are adhering to the values of Steem, not people who are just taking the Steem off the platform, not the whales who are voting for their friends or delegating Steem power to people who are not being responsible with the Steem power. Steem power is incredibly you need to have this massive responsibility. And if you mistreat it, you will bring the platform down. The whales who are voting for themselves, they are lining their pockets with Steem power, but this will result in the crash of the Steem price, right? You can't have Steem power concentrated into the hands of a few people. It will crash the platform. So these whales need to realize that you can line your pockets with Steem power all you like, right? But if you do not, lining your pockets with Steem power is great, right? Lovely. But a rise in the price of Steem by 2 cents will make you far more money. So what you should be doing is you should be concentrating on supporting the people who are going to promote Steem and raise the Steem price through promotion of Steem, or people who are going to do valuable projects on Steemit that will raise the price of Steem because Steem is a valuable system, not thinking of it from the point of view of lining your pockets or giving yourself a return on your investment, because you will ultimately crash the platform. So that's my rant on that, and I hope it makes sense. And
really helpful.
No, I really appreciate it. I mean, to be quite honest with you, Matt, like I said in the introduction, what you just said was more or less what you said when we spoke on the phone, and that is exactly what I wanted to share tonight. Where it's all about locking in value. It's taking an investment and allocating that investment into the right pocket, and by locking it in to the community in the area that brings value to the community, that will then eventually, in the long term, push the price or push the valuation up. And if you actually do it on a short term, I want to make a quick buck today, then what you will do, you'll accelerate the crash in the opposite direction, because you'll just draw out the valuation. So I'm glad that we've been able to get this recorded, Matt, and appreciate it. And really, I can't stress it enough that it's all about locking in true value into those areas where we believe that it's going to bring long-term value. So I hope that message gets across, Matt, and I really appreciate it. The second conversation was the conversation that I had with Ashley. And this conversation was bringing to the table high net worth individuals. Now, Matt and I, over the last few months, have talked about pension funds. In the long run, the value of Steem, or the value of the Steem ecosystem, at around about the 350 million at the moment, will accelerate in a rapid movement up when the value or when the liquidity of fresh cash comes in. And we're not talking of $1,000 here or $10,000 here. We're talking multi-million-dollar investments, and that's going to come down the line when pension funds realise that there's a return on their investment by purely locking in their investment and curating it with a return 8, 9, 10, 15%, whatever. Now, coming down the level from the pension funds to a high net worth individual of, say, 25, 50,000, the conversation that I had with Ashley is something that I'd like to share again tonight. So can we pick up from what we were talking about, Ashley, where you suggested that, you could even possibly, you said that you might know somebody who might be interested, but is this something that we can maybe just share the conversation that we had with everybody, Ashley?
Yeah, absolutely. So my suggestion is that I'm part of sort of an entrepreneurial incubator to help small new business owners. And there's a lot of people popping in, high net worth individuals who are giving talks and things like that. So I've followed up with a few of these people to sort of become my mentors, and they've ended up as friends and things like that when we've been talking. And obviously I've seen how the more money essentially that you have on Steem, it's not essential, but the more money that you do have does help both yourself and other people, and of course the Steem price. So I thought to myself, well, if we could convince a few of these people that Steem is actually a fantastic return on investment, and if we could actually calculate a sort of a reliable return that they could actually hope to achieve, well, imagine if one of these high net worth individuals put $1 million into Steem. You mentioned a figure of roughly about 300 million that's currently circulating in Steem?
Yep.
Yeah, well, if we can get, $1 million or even a bit less than that, but enough of these large chunks of money being invested, we can not control the Steem price, but we can because there's so few accounts at the moment, because it's still such a small growing platform, we have some sort of leverage that we, and as you said, Matt, as well, if we hold on, if we can encourage behaviours such as holding on to our balances and converting it into Steem power, which locks it in for 3 months, rather than leaving it in liquid Steem, which is more liable to emotional sort of volatility based on the market. Say, for example, a great illustration of this is recently when the whole China banning cryptocurrency thing came out. The price dropped right down, but I knew that was a fantastic time, and Thomas did as well, he actually put a post on this, that it's a fantastic time to buy, because so many people were locked in and they couldn't withdraw for 3 months because they were in it for the long term, they had it all converted into Steem power, that the price inevitably, and it has and will continue to, that is my estimation, keep rising back up again, because of all these people like us who are in it for the long term. We're not playing the short term game. And the more people that we can encourage of high net worth to have this mentality, the better for everyone. The Steem price goes up, it's just going to be really beneficial. The second thing that we mentioned was even better would be high net worth individuals who also have an audience. So, because it's one thing them personally putting a load of money in and the Steem price going up, but if they can do that and then show that and evidence it on Steem to their audience and say, hey, look, I put a load of money in and I've made let's just pull a figure for now, 10% return, you guys can do the same, but you need to put 2,000, 5,000, whatever you can afford in, but you can do the same thing. And they have a couple of million audience. Say, for example, there's a guy called, we don't know if it's a fake profile or not at this stage, but there's a guy called Grant Cardone who looks like he's joined the profile at the platform. He is a very, very high net worth individual. If we can speak to him and get him to understand the actual benefit that's in front of him, the investment opportunity, and potentially put this out to his following, it could do huge things overnight. And as you said, Stephen, if we can get even bigger institutions, pension funds, banks, to see the benefit and the investment opportunity, you said the price could be jumping to $10 overnight. That might not stay stable, sure, but that's the kind of increases we could be looking at, I believe, is there. So,
yeah, I just add to this. Something I've been thinking about is I think that's great, and that's really where we ultimately want to end up going. Not only on bringing people into Steem and facilitating their entry and training them up and how to become good bloggers through Minimentor and things like that. But also to think about the investment side, because they both go hand in hand. You need the users, but you also need the investors.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said there, there needs to be focus on high net worth individuals. But what we can do, maybe not Promo UK, but maybe that's something we end up getting involved in, or certain people on Steemit can. There will be business opportunities for this. When you pitch to high net worth individuals, right? You don't just say you're not in a position to just say to them, "I've put your money in an upvote," right? Mm-hmm. We can actually outline programs where they can send the money to us, and then we can outline buying programs in the market where we buy for certain reasons at certain prices for them to get them in at an excellent price, and then we can provide them with an army of upvoters or a team of upvoters, who can vote for specific types of content that they want to influence, So now you have, instead of just having the whale coming in and voting, he's coming in and he or she, and they've already got a good entry price, and they've got a great team working around them to help them promote the content that they're interested in. And I think that's really an opportunity that the likes of Promo UK has going forward. And it's only a matter of time until it starts to happen, in my opinion.
I agree.
Absolutely. One of the things that I can't stress enough, Matt, and I think obviously we've had so many conversations about this, is that people's perception of what actually is Steemit. Is it a blogging tool that allows people to make rewards, or actually is it an investment tool? And I think really, if people start thinking of Steam Power, Steemit as a blogging tool, as an investment tool, more so than a blogging tool, then I think that's when people, will suddenly realise, an investor, all an investor is looking for is a return. And if he puts a sum of money into a pot that we was able then to manage by using his Steam power to divert into the pocket that we believe is going to create the growth, then I think as an investment, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So the conversation that I had with Ashley, I just wanted to make sure that we got this out, that this is the sort of thing that we're having, the conversation that we're having offline that really should be shared with the community so that people realise what we're actually talking about. We can talk about digital marketing, we can talk about promotionals, we can talk about the Steam Roadshow, we can talk about all the wonderful Steam concepts and creative innovations that we're having. But really, what we need to start doing is letting people know that we're talking about Steemit or the Steam ecosystem as a massive investment tool.
Yeah, I think we could maybe do with, because we haven't really discussed this yet, but it's great to keep it all out in the open, is maybe we can get a list of people who we think it's worth approaching and divide it up by the promo team, and we can all, record those conversations of us pitching these high net worth individuals, and hopefully we'll get some interest and we'll really improve at doing so, and actually bring some onto the platform and encourage more people to do the same, because anyone could do that,
Yeah, it's leading by example, isn't it? I think one of the things that you need to have is, like you were saying, you want to go back and calculate what an approximate return would be, and have essentially a pitching package that you can say to people, right, these are your options, right? These are the sort of levels we can get you in at. We can have people watching the market to get you in at a decent price, and these are the options you do that. And then we've got these options for how you would control your upvotes, what type of content you would want to support. You can tailor those programs, and then show them what type of returns they would get based on different options they would select, right? And then from that you can go and actually pitch this stuff to people, and you start with that, you start doing that and putting that on the blockchain, as long as they're happy with that, and then you encourage other people to start doing the same thing, and it's exactly the same as with promo-steem. We've done a little bit of work ourselves here, we've shown people how we do it, and now all of a sudden we've probably got about at least 15 to 20 people in the last 2 or 3 weeks who are like, oh right, shit, you can just promote Steam like this, let's do it, and they're doing it, right? So you're trying to lead by example, and this is the next kind of area that we could end up moving towards. And I think it's great that you talk about this stuff, Ashley, because this is the type of thing that we need to be thinking about, and spot on.
Absolutely. Now, we've got Thomas with us. Last week, Thomas was over with Jerry Banfield in the States. And while Thomas was away, and I first contacted Ashley, we talked about digital marketing. Now, obviously, Promo UK is all about getting the message out either going on the street. We've got a banner ready for the Steam Roadshow that it kicks off on Monday the 18th. But one of the areas that I'm very keen on, Thomas, and maybe you can let us know what your thoughts are, but is actually now starting to do the digital marketing side. I'm, as you probably have gathered over the conversations that we've had, I'm very much from the old school. So I would much rather get out into the market, get talking to the market one-on-one. But obviously what we do need, and I'm so excited to have you guys now part of the Promo UK team, is to actually start looking at the digital marketing side of it. So what's your thoughts, Thomas?
Yeah, Jerry, for example, is exceptionally good at digital marketing. That's kind of how he started off online, Facebook ads. And he actually created a Steemit kind of crowd-funded Facebook ad campaign. I don't know if you saw that. So he got kind of the ad revenue funded from Steemit so he could promote Steemit, which I thought was fantastic. So instead of going through third-party platforms like crowdfunding or any other crowdfunding platform, he did it through Steemit. He kept the money in Steemit and didn't spend it on himself. He spent it promoting Steemit and just getting the word out to get more people involved. And through his YouTube channel, he's got so many people involved in Steemit. Like, he's always talking about the positives, attributes of Steemit. He's got a course like cryptocurrency, just basically promotes Steemit and how you can use Steemit. And that's really how he's become the position he is now, through Facebook ads, YouTube adverts, marketing, just offering a lot of value, really. Exactly the same as face-to-face, but obviously we live in a day and age where we can use digital distribution, and he uses that to his advantage. And of course, the stuff he does put out is high value. He's exceptionally good at writing and communicating on video, which helps. I think if you're just trying to promote Steam or promote yourself as much as possible, and you're not really doing a good job of it, you're not really putting high quality content out there or high quality adverts out there, it's not really going to work. But Jerry's example of how you can use and leverage Facebook ads to grow a platform, to grow a brand. And I think he's doing a great job of it. He's obviously one of the top whales in it at the moment, and he seems to kind of know what he's doing, I'm pretty sure.
So I wonder if we can kind of recreate a bit of what he's done.
Do another crowd-funded Facebook ad campaign.
Yeah. You told me about a very good sort of method on YouTube of getting a good cost to, I mean, you don't have to explain it all now, but a good cost to view ratio on YouTube.
Yeah.
Maybe we could launch something similar.
YouTube ads, you could run a YouTube ad campaign. So do a Steemit crowd-funded YouTube ad campaign. You could even just do a Steemit social media ad campaign and just spend the whole lot on ads promoting Steemit, which is exactly the same, really, in my opinion, of going face-to-face, just where people are. Obviously, face-to-face has a much higher impact. But if people are on the phone, if people are on Snapchat, people are on Instagram, there's all these different social media platforms to promote Steemit, really. I think
the difference as well, I think, is, just a quick one, is that when you're doing stuff face-to-face, you can't pick your audience. They're both great methods, they're both necessary, but just one benefit of doing it digital is you can't pick your audience, whereas on Facebook and YouTube, you can specifically target people who are already interested in blogging and cryptocurrency. So you've already got a willing audience ready to sort of lap up what we're putting out. So I think that's a definite benefit of doing digital.
Yeah. Can I just add to this just quickly? In terms of the crowd-funded type campaign you'd like to embark on, maybe, one of the things that I think some new people get confused about, I'm not saying you are, but I'm just, in terms of the reference to other people, is that they'll come on and do this campaign and raise $5 because they haven't got a good following yet. And I think what we should do is do ourselves justice and try to leverage people like Stephen and his following, and maybe approach other whales. Maybe there's even Jerry you can talk to as well, and really give yourself some credit so that you give yourself the justice that you deserve if you put the work in. Don't just go out and make blogs and expect that people are going to upvote you and provide you funding to go on YouTube vote with, and then be really, really disappointed. I think what we should do is work on a campaign and build it up, approach people, build up a bit of a campaign, and eventually you end up with a following, and now we're going to start the crowdfunding part of it, and it might be, you might end up with quite a successful crowdfunding initiative if you do it that way.
I wonder if we could actually create a brand new account and call it something like Steemit Facebook ads, and just do that and have everyone who wants to contribute, like the new campaign that we'll repost, and have it sort of a public access thing that's very transparent, and just have it serve that one purpose, potentially.
Yeah, and then that way you can promote that blog to people, and over time it will raise a good following. Sorry, Stephen.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that I think is probably now starting to come out. When I first put Promo UK together, and of course the team has now grown to 11 guys. The core principle of Promo UK is a blank piece of paper and fill it full of creative ideas. Now, when I look for people to bring creative ideas to the table, I don't care whether it's the craziest, wackiest, bizarre, never work in a million years idea. I don't care. Why? Because if I ask for 100 ideas, I might get 99 ones that we say, you know what, that doesn't work, let's just put it to one side. And there'll be one idea that'll be the one that'll be absolutely perfect. So these ideas, I know you mentioned before, Ashley, about a plane and a banner. We're talking about drones, we're talking about lasers, we're talking about, banners, we're talking about anything. And really, as far as I'm concerned, all these ideas have to be put out. You have to say, I've got an idea. What about a banner? What about flying a banner in the air? What about putting a laser? And these are the things that you two guys, I really think that you're going to get a handle on the way that we'd like to put Promo UK together. And for the digital side of it, you've got a blank piece of paper. Fill it full of ideas, and we'll soon find out which is the best one or which is the one that's successful, and then we can then concentrate. And what we're now starting to find, and Matt, as well, I certainly know I've been really amazed about, is how many people have cottoned on worldwide by promo-steem, how easy it is. A lot of people probably didn't realise that they could go down to the printers, print out a banner and go and put it out somewhere. People think, oh no, they've got to get permission, they've got to get this. No, that's the whole concept of Steemit, is if you've got an idea that is not offensive, that gets the message out, do it. So, I'm very, 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 very excited. And certainly having you two guys now on board, as a pair, I think you two are going to be, I think me and Matt, we can just sit back now.
So just to reiterate,
at least there's going to be some young, good-looking faces at the university promotions.
Well, we need to bring some girls on somehow.
Well, listen. So let's wrap it up. So those are the two things that I wanted to get across. The capturing the whales' votes, capturing the power of the whales, and harnessing it into those blogs that we believe are going to lock in true value to push the value up. And then the second part, obviously, Ashley, is I'd like you to, I know you guys, you and Thomas have got this team, this entrepreneur club that you're involved in. I'd like you to start sort of putting out the feelers and start to talk to some of these high net worth individuals. And if you need any help, me, Matt, Dylan, we're all available to come over to Leeds. If you want to put a presentation together, we're more than happy to come and help you,
Yeah, no, absolutely, sure. We'll start putting a list of people together, and we can distribute it out and just all start contacting, and I think that'd be really useful. Anyone watching this video as well, if you guys know anyone of high net worth or with a large audience who you think you can encourage to join Steem, tag us in it and just put the blog post out there. If I can reiterate something you just said before, Stephen, am I right in saying so that anyone watching this, even if they're not part of the Promo UK team, can sort of put an idea out there on a blog and sort of tag us in it and just get ideas propagating. And one thing I just want to add on that you said as well, Matt, is please, anyone who's watching this, don't misuse the Promo UK tag by just tagging your holiday photos if it doesn't have anything to do with Promo UK, because it won't get any upvotes from us because it's essentially spam. So I don't want to sound negative there, but the right way of using this tag will get votes, the wrong way will be ignored. So cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that it, guys? I really appreciate your time.
You guys too?
You too.
Thank you.
And Matt, do you want to just remind everybody about what's happening on the 16th?
Yeah, so the 16th of September, we've got a promo-steem UK meetup in Birmingham. People are coming from all over the country. The hotels are getting booked up, so we're very happy about that. The event itself is going to be a meetup in one of the coolest bars in Birmingham. Then we're going to move on somewhere else where we're going to have some food, and there's going to be live music from Bran H Music. Is an awesome musician. He's won Steemit Open Mic a couple of times. He's a local guy, so he's kindly volunteered to come and help us entertain the guests. And there'll be a free T-shirt in it as well. Stephen's going to bring some of his T-shirts down, so anyone that turns up will get a free Steemit T-shirt. And there'll just be like a good bit of fun, good bit of drinking and dancing and chilling out and talking and things like that for the night. So looking forward to it on the 16th of September.
And then we can all blog about it.
And I just want to make a big shout out to Major Lee Blunt. Fingers crossed. I've had a text message from Richard this evening, and hopefully we'll get the PC with the XP on it, so he can fire up the laser. So fingers crossed, we're still on schedule that we'll have the laser display on the 16th. Yeah.
Awesome. Do we need any extra cash for that? Because I'd be willing to make a contribution.
Oh, you just pay me.
Yeah. Sure. Let me know.
No, what you mean? You mean funding for the laser?
Computer.
Yeah, that's also well.
That's
Matt and I have sorted that out, so we've managed to raise the funds for that. But I appreciate it, Ashley. Yeah. Cool. Okay, guys. So is that it?
I think Stephen, just one more quick thing. One of the things I want to make clear is that the likes of Stephen and I, and you two guys as well, in terms of taking your own time, and then with Stephen and myself, especially Stephen, has put his own money into promoting Steemit, off his own back for no reason, right? And these things, the word needs to get out. People should, hopefully people will appreciate that this work is going on, and it's vastly important. And not to blow Stephen's trumpet, but yeah, he's doing a great job of actually putting his own money into this and putting his own time and effort, and it's fantastic to see. And obviously, hopefully we get paid back in upvotes, or in the Steam price raising, but you've got to go out and stick your neck out there and do this in order to make it happen,
Yeah,
so,
big respect to both of you. You're the pioneers of the Promo UK team, and it's a pleasure to obviously be invited onto it. And we just hope we can contribute as well, and then inspire others to do the same, and just create a big chain reaction starting from you guys. So thank you.
Perfect. Well, listen, it's great to have you on board, and welcome to the team, Thomas. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So that's a wrap. And if you can get this out, look forward to just catching up with you sometime next week. So cheers, guys.
See you in Birmingham.
Steam on.
Steam on.
Steam on.